All right, the watch list for Monday, January 5th. I got quite a few stocks on here, so days like tomorrow are the reason why I have 6 22-inch monitors, so I can watch all of these and hopefully catch some nice trades. VGGL, it's a lower volume, lower price stock, but it has had some nice moves in the past. And if you go to 15-minute candles, most of the move on Friday happened late in the afternoon. It had a really nice move there, so we got to watch that one. BCLI, over 24 million shares traded, basically closed about where it opened after the gap up on Friday, but that one's got to go on watch too. Remember, guys, I'm a day trader, so I find some daily charts that are interesting, and then I watch them on an intraday basis to find a trade and get in and out and then be back to cash by the closing bell. ARWR, nice pop a few sessions ago, and then it's really, you can see it's just had 2 inside days, so it's really tightening here. This could break. I'm watching it for a possible break to the upside on Monday. CUBA. I don't love this one, but it it did have a pop and actually gave us a nice trade with a little help from Kevin, one of our members on Friday. Kevin pointed it out, and based on what he pointed out, I went ahead and agreed with them and put it out over the microphone, showed the chart. I think it was 916, something like that was the entry, and there it was, and you can see the volume coming in. It went all the way to almost 970, so we did get a nice trade in that one. And then just, with the holiday volume, it did nothing the rest of the day, which is kind of what I expected a lot of stocks to do. So CUBA goes back on watch for a potential trade. NRX, this is a weird chart, gapped up a couple sessions ago, ran, reversed, and now, it was at 18 at one point, now it's at 1068. So that's kind of crazy action. But it's starting to settle down, so I want to watch this one for a potential long, but we'll see. This one may need to come in another day or two. Live, don't love this one either, but basically has a doji candle now after the gap up on earnings. A couple days down, this one, and here it is on 15-minute candles. Kind of a nice cup and handle Friday, and so up over this 324, 325 area, could get a nice trade in LIVE. TKMR. Nice pop a couple sessions ago, inside day on Friday, so I want to watch that one for just a continuation long, depending on how it trades. NDRM had that crazy move. How many shares did that thing trade? 41 million a few sessions ago, and then a couple days down, nearing the 8-day. This is one that if it can trade in a narrow range and then break to the upside, you could get a really nice percentage move in a very short period of time. So any day trader, at least the guys that trade the same, that look for the same things I do, should have this one on watch going into Monday. That's NDRM. WTW, which is Weight Watchers. I don't know how 5, 6, 7 red candles in a row, but really starting to get fast to the downside here. I have a line drawn in an area of support. But remember, this was already down a few days in a row going into Friday, and then had a big day on big volume for that stock. You can see it's a thinner stock. Probably trades pretty whippy, but this one kind of lands itself on my bounce watch list going into Monday. I'd like to see it gap down and get down around 20 and then look for a reversal, but the market doesn't always give you what you want. MTW gap up on big volume about 5 sessions ago. And since that gap up, has not, let's go to 30-minute candles here. Since the gap up, it has not broken its opening range high. And when I say opening range, that can mean many things. For the case of MTW, basically the first hour. There's the first hour's high on the gap up day, the next day, the next day, and the next day. And you can see that none of these days was the stock able to break through its opening high. So let's just say we open here on Monday and then trade in a narrow range for a while. I would like a break of that early high. So this one, that's a pretty good setup for a bounce play. The big gap up and then kind of flagging down, sort of trying to fill the gap. The volume's decreasing, so MTW deserves a shot. At least deserves to be on a chart. Let's see, BCEI. This is in the energy space, and I don't know if oil's bottomed or not, but nice volume here and then sideways move. So you go to 60-minute candles, BCEI becomes pretty interesting up over these recent highs, but you definitely want to see some volume with this one. So I'm going to say like over 25 bucks. This one could get a nice pop, and you want to watch oil with that one. And then lastly, CJJD. Don't know anything about this, but had a big relative volume move for this stock a few sessions ago, and now a couple red days down. And so I want to watch this one for a possible bounce higher again. Sometimes these cheapies that pull back can give like a nice little second wave. So I say this in a lot of my videos. It doesn't cost me anything to have something like this on a chart, and I'll only take it with the proper setup. Right? So that's plenty to watch going into Monday morning. We'll also find some gappers at the open. So I'll leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.